Hey, Shalom, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutation to the elect, scattered across the four corners of the planet Earth, pushing this truth and sincerity and meekness without wavering. And Shalom to the Israelite foreigner, the speckled bird scattered amongst the heathen that look like the heathen, scattered amongst the Gentiles that look like the Gentiles. This is your brother Aisha from the GMS Cleveland Church, coming back to another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. I pray and hope this lesson is edifying to one of the Lord's elect. All right. And this is a scroll that was printed in 1989. And as you see, the scroll has a red letter. It also has precepts and definitions and historical content in the middle column. And I was just reading John 7:35 as you see, and this is a quick cut to where it says in Galatians, there is neither Jew nor Greek, free or bond or free, right? Because that's what the Christians like to say, that this is where the Greeks, the Gentiles were drafted in, which is completely false, man. All right, you have to understand when they talk about the Greeks, there is neither Jew nor Greek. It's talking about the southern kingdom that was forced to take on the ways of the Grecians under Antiochus Epiphanes. And this is why you Christians hate the Apocrypha, because in First and Second Maccabees it goes into uh, 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 it goes into exact detail of what happened after the Persian captivity. Okay, because remember in the book of Daniel you have four kingdoms. You had the Babylonian captivity, then you had the Medo-Persian, then you had the Grecian, and then the Roman. See, you have all three. You have the Babylonian, the Persian, Medo-Persian, and then uh, uh, in this scripture, in this scroll, it goes from the Medo-Persian captivity straight to the Roman captivity. But where's the Grecian captivity, man? This is why you Christians, okay, uh, uh, you don't like the Apocrypha because it cuts your whole doctrine, okay. Plantation Christianity is over with, man. All right. Now, in the book of the Apocrypha in First and Second Maccabees, it goes into how Antiochus Epiphanes, who was an Edomite, okay, he uh he forced the Southern Kingdom to take on the ways of the Greeks, okay, at that time, which were Edomites, because the ancient Greeks were people of melanin, people they had color, man. Okay, and they were forced upon the islands, which would be the Polynesian people, the Hawaiians, the Filipinos. You see, what is it, New Zealand? Okay, the islands. Okay, and I could be wrong. Correct me on that. Fact check me. But for sure, the Hawaiians and the Polynesians. Okay, those will be the people that was dwelling in Greece. Okay, those were the ancient people of Greece. These Edomites, according to Micah 2:2, they covet fields and they take them by violence, right? Let's get that real quick. This is the book of Micah, chapter 2, verse 2. It says, and they covet fields, who? Esau, Edom. Okay, covet means to envy, okay? And they covet fields mean lands, and they take them by violence, and houses, and take them away, so they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. Now, as you see, it has a number right next to heritage. And when you go into that word heritage, it means inheritance, which is what? The land. Okay, the Lord has given everybody their own land, according to the book of Deuteronomy 32:8. Okay, but what does Esau do? He changes the landmarks. Okay, Psalms 49:11. Right, their inward thought is that their house shall continue forever. They call their lands after their own names. This is what he did with America. America is named after an Italian map maker named Amerigo Vespucci. You have Africa, which is named after Leo Scipio Africanus. This is what these devils do. They oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. Yeah, they make you conform. They steal your identity, and then they put a twist to your heritage and make you conform to it, man. This is what these devils do. Okay, and this is what this is Esau's whole modus operandi. Okay, which means his whole mo. Okay, the way he operates. Okay, so this is pretty much what was going on in the Grecian captivity. They oppressed our heritage. They oppressed us, our identity. Okay, and they made us conform to them. Okay, so I want to grab this real quick. This is just gonna be a quick hit. This is the book of John 7:35. It says, "Then said the Jews among themselves," right? Now the Jews represents the southern kingdom, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, because the northern kingdom was taken away in captivity by the Assyrians, starting with Salmanassar the fifth, which those tribes, they ended up escaping and coming over to the Americas. You can get that 2 Ezra 13, starting at the 40th verse. Okay. Then said the Jews among themselves, "Whither will he go, that we shall not find him? Will he go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles?" You see? So let's go into some of these points that they have. Like, for instance, the letter A, the number 1, and the number 2. Okay, it says dispersed among the Gentiles. So when you go down to number 35, it has the precepts James 1:1. And we know what that precept is. Let's get it real quick. Okay. This is the book of James, chapter 1 and verse 1. It says, "James, a servant of the Most High and the Lord Yahushua Mashiach," which is Yahushua's brother, to the blood brother, okay, "to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting." So James knew that the 12 tribes were scattered abroad. Okay, so this letter, okay, is written to the Israelites. The whole Old Testament, New Testament, the Apocrypha is written to the Israelites. Okay, nobody else, man. Okay, it says which are scattered abroad, greeting. So this is more proof that our people were scattered amongst the heathen. So with you being scattered amongst the heathen, you will conform to their ways, man. Okay, and I had a precept right there. It says Psalms 106. It talks about they were mingled among the heathen and they learned their works, meaning you learn their customs. Okay, this is why you have in the book of Greek, in the book of Maccabees, it talks about how basically our people forsaken, the history of our fathers and basically conform to the Greeks. This is why you see so-called black people, when they go to college, they join these sororities and fraternities, which are Greek customs, man. Okay. Now it says, John 7:35, "Then said the Jews among themselves, Whither will he go, that we shall not find him? Will he go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles?" Remember, the Israelites are scattered abroad, so they're everywhere. The Lord said we will be as the sand of the sea and the stars of heaven. Now, remember we had grabbed James 1:1. Now let's see what that word dispersed means. It says dispersion, scattered Jews. So the Jews are scattered, okay? It says the scattered Jews among the who? It says Gentiles, meaning who? Greeks, okay? Now it says the scattered Jews among the Greeks. You see? So our people, starting with the southern kingdom, were scattered amongst these heathens, man. And the Jews knew that, okay? Now I'm going to read this again. "Will he go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles?" Now it says the dispersed, the scattered Jews among the Greeks, and teach the Gentiles. Now that Gentiles is talking about who? The Jews that were scattered amongst them. I'm going to break it down to layman's terms. "Then said the Jews among themselves, Whither will he go, that we shall not find him? Will he go unto the dispersed," right, the scattered Jews among the Gentiles, right, the Greeks, "and teach the Gentiles?" He's going, no, not the Grecian Gentiles. The second Gentiles is talking about the Jews, man, okay, who conform to the ways of the Gentiles. It says, will he go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles? See, this is what trips you Christians up, man. The dispersed among the Gentiles is talking about the Greek scattered, the Jews scattered amongst the Romans, and they asked, are he going to teach those those Israelites scattered amongst the Romans, the Greeks, Salakias, those Israelites scattered amongst the Greeks? You see, the dispersed among the Gentiles, right? The Jews, scattered Jews among the Greeks, and teach the Gentiles. And teach who? Well, according to Revelation 11:1, it says, teach, measure the temple without, measure the temple within, but not without. Meaning who? Without is talking about the heathens. We're not going to teach the heathens, man. The only people he's going to teach is the Israelites, man. So when it says teach the Gentiles, it's talking about who? The Israelites, the Jews scattered amongst the Greeks, man. All right. Now let's read this again. This said the Jews among themselves, whither will he go that we shall not find him? Will he go unto the dispersed, right? The scattered Jews among the Gentiles, the Greeks, and teach the Gentiles? You see? Is he going to teach the Greeks? No, he's going to teach those Israelites scattered amongst them, man. So when you see this Gentile right here, he's going to teach the scattered Jews, okay? He's going to teach those Jews that was taking on the customs of those Greeks, okay? This is why you see in the book of Galatians and Romans, it talks about there's neither Jew nor Greek. It's talking about the Israelites, man, the southern kingdom, to be exact, man. So, yeah, it's just a quick cut, man. Lord willingness is edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect. Kwam Yashar Shalom.